everyone, this is JFP. It is 11/11/2019, and I got something special for you today. A good old-fashioned laptop broadcast like you haven't heard in a long time, and it was just dumped in my lap, a hot piece of information that you would need to see. So you can see I am on my channel. From my last video, NASA fails to hide Planet X as a craft travels in front of it. By the way, in this video, some trolls always ignore something, but in this video, you do have clouds in front and behind this object. So it's not normal, okay? I kept saying it was a craft that's hiding Planet X. Well, check this out, folks. I've got a subscriber here, Louise, who posted 4 hours ago. Hi, Jeff. Searching the lens array. Came across this vid you posted. I captured something very strange while filming the sky. After I point my camera in a certain direction towards the sky, the film goes berserk and a static noise can be heard. If you have time, take a look. Yeah. And I did, and it was amazing. On the same note, not really surprised. But check this out. This just reinforces what I've been saying about this lens array and how it's weaponized and everything else. So you really want to stay tuned. So I mentioned this lens array way back in July of 2016, and I will show you that in a minute where I caught the evidence of this. But let's watch the footage. Twice she caught this. Blows your mind. So we're going to go to her link. And here we go. Let's just listen in.
Right, this is the thing that's doing it. If I get it here, just hold it here. Right there. What the heck is going on? That's crazy.
Holding that sweet spot. Now keep in mind, this is a cell phone.
Wow.
Are you guys catching that buzzing noise? Have you heard that before? Well, let's check this out. She did this once again. She brought another friend with her. I don't know, maybe her daughter or whatever. Check this one out. It's 37 minutes long and goes out or a little later and does the same shot with a witness. Now watch this one.
I like that. As soon as we find that little curve.
Oh, it's not there now.
Gotta get in that sweet spot. Almost there. Back to the left.
Oh, there it is. There's that curve.
Yeah.
What?
Can you guys?
What?
Because you're not even moving your phone.
And then if I move it over there. What?
Amazing, huh? Yeah.
I
Now
like
check
that.
this out.
As soon as we find that little curve.
We pause this. Now, want my opinion on that? So, unlike my other videos, I jump right into it. I'm going to show you this. Want to know why this is happening? Number one, these people, this lovely lady is from England. Let's see what it says here. God bless from England. Well, what do we know from England? Well, check this out. People must have been in a certain spot in England that catches this amazing thing. And I've got some old footage here that's also going to blow your mind. So, check this out. Now, Birmingham Skies. I'm sorry I haven't... Okay, well, check this out. Birmingham Skies. Okay? I want you to keep your eyes on this bright spot right here. Remember I said there's a lens in front of the sun simulator. And notice it's yellow because it's low in the sky. And look how focused it is. Watch him drive up on this thing. I'm going to zoom in. Let me just pause that. What do you think, folks? Big, perfect yellow spot focused on, I mean, that's a focused light. I told you there was a lens in front of it. Not only that, but because this guy, Buffalo Skywatcher, has captured this, he happens to also be in England as well. So, let's see what else he caught. He just happens to be aware. And the bizarre double halos, why do we get those? All the time now. Another, I love it, a rare double rainbow, and yet it happens every time it rains now, right? One rainbow, one sun. Two suns, or artificial and a real sun, and we got a double halo. Okay? That's why we have a double halo. Because of the giant lens in front of it. Now, Birmingham Skies, I will leave links for all this. Please go back and show Birmingham some appreciation. And if you're not subscribed, he catches this stuff all the time. Now, he's the one that I give all the credit to for catching all these X's in England. And the day he busted the sun simulator lens. And there's just some crazy stuff. Watch this one. So,
This is the Beer Watcher. I normally don't make short videos like this.
I'm going to go ahead and move. He just replayed it. He replayed me recording him. So, I showed all the X's that people are catching from a collage of these X's that are being seen and everywhere. And now he's catching it in his own backyard or his own house. So let's fast forward to where he caught this thing spiraling in front of his house. And if you want to know more about the lens and how this thing is up there in space and the halos, and it's going to make perfect sense. In fact, at this point, I skipped to this massive drawing where it kind of shows how this thing is structured out there with the sun. Let me point this. The sun, the solar generators beaming the microwave energy onto these are orbiting around a sun with the Earth, like the Soho camp, beaming their energy onto the solar simulator. Beams its power on here, and then we have lenses. Actually, there's another lens here in a cube, and so on. So these lenses here are the objects of my interest, floating crafts and focusing the beam of the energy. And check this out. The evidence just keeps compiling, right? So we're going to go back to, let's see, we caught this thing, and we can see it spiraling beams of light. And we caught it actually spiraling. There it is. You can see it spiraling here. I had to slow it down. I think, did I speed this up? Let me slow this down. You really need to slow it way down if you actually want to see it. There it goes. It happened very fast. Let's see if I can catch this once again. Let me open that up. If you missed it before, you can definitely go back and watch it again. You can slow it down yourself. Just hit this little gear. Slow this thing down. And you'll see it right there across the sky. Again and again. And he was kind of in a hurry. There's your beam that kind of whisked across the sky. It's not a puff of smoke. In fact, see something really interesting too. I'm going to show you something he caught that was quite spectacular. It's kind of subtle, but it is definitely worth watching. Because again, he just happened to be in that sweet spot of the spiraling cones of light. As we observe this, let's see if I can catch this one. Under videos. Here we go. Sun simulator, no reflections needed. Look at this. I'm going to have to slow this one down too, but actually, let me speed it up. Now, there's a little bit of movement of camera. And I suggest next time we want to catch this, keep your camera absolutely still in this instance. Because we don't want to sit there and say, this is a lens flare bouncing back and forth, okay? But if you have this you kept it absolutely still, you would actually see the twinkling light. It's very subtle here. Let me slow this down. I'm going to show you that the flickering that we see in front of the sun is nowhere near synced up or in the movement of the camera. You can see that this flickering light effect, because he just happens to be at this near the similar latitude to be in these cones of light. I described these cones of light in my other video, that the sun simulator has the cones of light that are coming off these beams. And we can see this thing is just moving. I mean, you would, so I know the trolls, it looks like a spider web or something, but you know what? Spider webs just don't bounce back and forth. And it's not moving as with the camera either. You can almost see the black dot where my cursor is right here. Kind of a dark spot, kind of at the tip of this leaf here. It's very subtle. I know it's not real impressive, but trying to emphasize is that this is the same in Birmingham in the United Kingdom. So we have two captures now from the United Kingdom. Do we have the past? We have this from the past, absolutely. And if you want to know more about this, please just go back. I've got two videos that star some stunning footage of the DO weapon used from the sun simulator. This one here is the sun. We even caught this coming from the moon during the Paradice fire. So, and in this video, I caught these again and again. Buffaloes, I didn't catch it, but they were submitted to me by Buffalo Skywatcher from New York. And I gave all the information of what this is and where this is coming from, because they're not just in front of the sun. That's one of them. But they're all over the place, man. They hide the planets. And they're capable of flexing light like we saw here. So let's watch the directed energy weapon at work. This is some absolutely stunning footage. Unfortunately, I can't believe that something like this only gets 32,000 views, because this is so incredible. It's such a slam dunk evidence from Rodrigo Lopez on Facebook channel during the Paradice fires.
Video of the weaponized sun simulator. So I believe the verdict is in.
Coming off. Look at that.
So next time we have California fires.
Let me pause. Look at the burst of energy. You can see that flexing look like just like a lens would flex. In fact, I've actually seen some of that on the space station at the same time.
Here we have.
Wow. And there you go. On Facebook. I'll leave links in the description box. It's also the links to my original video. So we saw that before. Now, let's I'm going to pull some archives and do a quick discussion on. Let's go back over Autumn Buffalo from Buffalo Skywatcher. You get that same buzzing noise. See, like, exactly the same thing. Folks, I've covered this before. And just for a moment, it looks almost digital. Right? If we just slow this down, look how it's warping. The camera does not know how to focus because of the beam coming from this. And the reason why it's actually affecting the lens is even more surprising. And I'll show you that's not just an ordinary lens. It's a toroidal field coming from these crafts. From the anti-gravity systems that are coming off these crafts. And so let's watch some more of this. And you will hear a buzzing sound. Go get your cell phone and can start capturing these. Even during the sun halo, I've got captures of this. I did miss the point where it was actually flexing light. And maybe that's part of the reason why they can tell right in front of the edges of the skies. And here we have two clouds merging into one another, because that's what the clouds do, right? They at the exact same elevation, they fly into each other, right? Isn't that what clouds do? Nah. There's your bow in the sky. I mean, shouldn't clouds be going in the same direction, not into each other, like they're docking, like cloaked spacecraft? Yeah. Totally not natural. You can see how they're cloaking in their own. Here you can see the V-shaped formation right here with my cursor. And look, just pause that for one moment. You see this light being bent. Pause. We go back to pause this thing. And here everything is being cloaked in this massive, you can see the arc here. And look at this craft that we see here with this V shape here. And there's another one here cloaking in its own cloud. That's what these things do. They emit clouds to hide. They create this fake popcorn cloud. And you can see them just docking into each other. See? Is that physically possible of two clouds at the same altitude to travel in different directions or literally towards one another? How is that possible? I mean, that's what captured the attention in the first place. And lo and behold, it didn't even know that, I mean, he actually titled it, had nothing to do with the distortion that we saw on the camera. You see that? So you're docking into each other. And that's where these fields are coming from, these torials being emitted from these crafts. Look at that. Right through the center of this. Between these two docking crafts. There's probably a third one that we can't quite see. And we keep seeing this same distortion. And let's see, cloud chip disturbance happens over here from another subscriber in a different camera. This one was also shared with MB3. You can see it distorting the lens. There's that buzzing sound. Wait.
Hey guys.
Here's your phony clouds up there too. They're kind of painted on, cloaked cloud ship clouds. So I go back. I talked right over the buzz sound. There. Listen for the buzz. There. And then it happens again over here. And you can see these clouds here forming out of thin air right in front of this craft. Because that's what they do. They're hiding this thing. The twin tail. That was one. Another example. Some are more dramatic. Here's another one. This is another one, Buffalo, New York. This one here is sitting below the horizon. It's probably down here. This just bends the light. And I'll touch on it on the toroidal fields and the magnetic torsion field, electromagnetic fields being generated from these crafts. when we play that. So, two more great examples today from England. Some are directly in front of the sun. You know, what do you think that would look like if that light bending thing was right in front of the sun? Do you think that would give us the that double halo too, right? It does a great job bending light. Perfectly distorted right around us. And you know, these cloaked crafts, once again, they have high contained plasma around the entire shell of this thing. I'll see if I can get back to that in a minute. It's really quite an interesting topic. I had no idea it was going to be getting to UFOs when I started. Look at that. Just pause that for 1 minute. Now, double dark sun halo, right? This thing's amped all the way up, and you would have that perfect double halo. Or a side halo. Yeah, so these things have been around for a long time. They were able to do this for decades. Heck, some people says ancient tech set.
Anywhere else?
Yep.
Perfectly fine.
And yet, here we go, another one. I thought this was in outer space, but this is actually in our lower atmosphere. Here's another example. And once again, you see a common denominator here. See how you got these fake painted in clouds. They're very thin. They weren't blown in. They're manufactured clouds. If you catch it just right, fades out of shape. I suspect now that people are onto this thing, get that little arc, find that sweet spot, and hear it buzz away, right? Let's see, where's another one?
This is weird.
There's another one.
Wow, that was strange.
So, folks,
This is weird.
yeah, very weird. Tell you what you're looking at. It's what you're not looking at, okay? Now, I discussed this. Let's see, we had these toroidal fields generated by these crafts. This is some of the older bell-shaped ones. Now it's more advanced, but these toroidal fields create these huge levels of energy, and they, I think, are responsible for a lot of the phenomena that we see in the sky when we see straight edges in clouds, and there should be no straight lines in nature. It should be always be following that Fibonacci curve.
Things. Okay, I will not.
Let me pause this, and it's all these toroidal fields created by the spinning mercury-based Bose-Einstein condensate. Some use sound generators, but they either way they do create these massive vortexes that stretch out for miles. And we see the evidence of proof of this contained plasma technology as they create. Yeah, we can see the vortexes, and I even talked about the atom laser in this footage. So go back and watch that if you want to learn more about these things. Are what's really creating that effect on our cameras